Deuces here, another Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch action figure review. And today we're going to take a look at the last figure that was released on Force Friday that I actually wanted to pick up. It was the only TFA figure, or not TFA, shit. Last Jedi figure that I actually wanted to pick up, and it is the Luke Skywalker Jedi Master figure. Part of me thinks I maybe should have waited on this guy, but I don't know. I wanted him, so I picked him up, found him finally. This is the first time I've seen Last Jedi Black Series figures, and he's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen any of Rey, no Kylo Ren's, and I can't remember the other one, but yeah, I haven't been able to find like any of them, so that's interesting. But I got this one. This one was the one I wanted the most, so hey. And we'll take a quick look at the packaging here. So you got the Black Series, the new sort of more whited lettering, got the figure inside. You got a pretty cool image of Luke there. It's number 46. And then flipping around, you got Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master. After tragedy destroyed his attempts to rebuild the Jedi Knights, Luke Skywalker vanished from the galaxy. Now the resistance needs his help to thwart the efforts of the evil First Order. So yeah, not much else to say about it. So I'm going to crack them open, I'll take a close look. Alright guys, now we have Luke Skywalker Jedi Master out of the packaging, and it's not a bad figure at all. There's things I like about it for sure. Just the figure is really good, but there are some issues I have with it, which I will get into. As you can see, I do have his robe on right now, and it's probably not the best job, but if I fiddle with it a little more, and if you do fiddle with it, you can get the hood to look pretty good on him. So that's pretty good. I like that you can do that. Let's take it off him. As far as I know, the only way it goes on is just sit it on his shoulders. And you just have him standing there, and you want to have the hood on. It's not hard to do that, but that's all I've seen as a way to do that. Now, he does have this string in here, which was two strings, and I tied them together. And I have a feeling that these strings here, so you can tie it so you can have it tied to his neck. But then it looks really weird because you have this like big rope on it, on his torso, and it doesn't look right, so but the soft goods is nice that's used here. It's a nice material, so hey. Anyways, let's get on the figure. And going on the head sculpt, I think head sculpt's pretty good. I think people are iffy on it. Some people don't like it, some people do. I'm one of the people who does. I think the sculpt's really good. I think the paint apps on the eyes look really good. I really like the sculpt and paint on the hair. The sculpt's really good. And you also have really good paint with a grayish color with some white painted into it, which is pretty cool. The beard looks nice as well. You got the same color scheme going on with the hair. I think the paint, it just needs paint app on the flesh parts to bring out the sculpt. Because I think the sculpt's there, and even the way it's painted now, it doesn't look bad, but it just could be better. But I guess we have to wait till they start using the face printing technology for the Black Series figures. The rest of the figure is pretty good. He's wearing his, beginning of Last Jedi, as it seems, and the end of Force Awakens garb, and I really do like the look of it. It's white with some of these darker grayish colors going on. The sculpt's really good. It's hard to bring on camera, but you got some really nice sculpted detail going on. The clothing sculpt also looks really nice. You got the belt, looks pretty good. It's like a pouch sculpted on, silver buckle. One interesting thing is it looks like they actually sculpted a lightsaber hook for a lightsaber hilt, but he doesn't come with a lightsaber. That would lead me to believe that this figure was originally going to come with a lightsaber, or the character's going to use a lightsaber in the movie. I'll get more into that later. But yeah, then they got the lower robe, looks really good. It is made of plastic, but it's made of a relatively pliable material. You got one flesh hand, you got the one mechanical hand, which does look really, really good. I really liked how that looks. Looks awesome. So I do like that. Though it doesn't really make sense why his hand looks like that. I hope that'll be explained. And then under there, you just got some normal looking pants. Again, I got some wraps around his boots, which looks pretty good. There's really not much else to say. It's a relatively more plain looking figure, but that's how he looked in the movie, so that's pretty good. And I think the sculpt paint apps honestly turned out pretty good on this figure. Don't have too much to complain about. In terms of articulation, he's pretty good. He's a ball joint head as well as a hinge of the neck, but he can't really look up too much because the hair hinders articulation, but he look down a decent amount. Can't really pivot or anything, but you can rotate, so you get the motion you want, I think. You get ball hinges at the shoulders, move good, move all the way out. Ball hinges at the elbows, move around 9 degrees, which is good. Ball hinges at the wrist, the ball joint at the torso, which can pivot a bit, rotate, and crunch forward and back. ball hinges at the hips, swivel cuts at the thighs, double hinges at the knees, and hinges at the ankles, rockers. So he has some pretty good articulation. The plastic thing does hinder some articulation, mainly moving forward and back. I mean, for most people, that probably won't be an issue because, you know, it's you're probably just gonna have him standing there anyways. That's what I'm gonna do, honestly. But if you are planning to pose him more, that is something to take into consideration. And lastly, move on to accessories, and this is where this figure is the weakest because he pretty much comes with none. All he comes with is the Sokka's robe. That's all he comes with. I think he could have came with a lot more accessories. That would have been really nice. If he does end up using a lightsaber in the movie, they really could have given him a lightsaber. I don't think that would have been much of a spoiler or anything. We already know Luke's a Force sensitive. We already know he's a Jedi, so it's not crazy to think he'd be using a lightsaber. It was different with Rey, but not with this figure. So I think they really could have given him his lightsaber if he's going to end up using one. And I could see them re-releasing this figure with a lightsaber down the road, which is stupid, but whatever. They also could have given him a little cane thing or staff or whatever that he uses, because I think the Disney Elite Series one comes with that, but this one doesn't. They could have given him that. And even if they didn't want to give him that accessory, what they could have done is given him some interchangeable hands, because as you can see right now, he comes with like accessory holding hands, but he doesn't come with any accessories. So it limits your options for posing even more. What I would have liked is if they either didn't have these hands, or had some interchangeable hands where you could have like some, you know, force pushing hands or force gesturing hands or something like that. Instead, we got nothing. So I think that does kind of suck, and it really does bring the figure down a bit. Overall, though, it's not a bad figure at all. I think it's a cool addition to the Black Series 6-inch collection. I think if you're collecting the Black Series 6-inch line and you're collecting the Force Awakens Last Jedi figures, I think this is definitely a must-have. I definitely recommend you pick it up. That being said, it just is a bummer. He doesn't come with any accessories. And if you're not too worried about getting the Force Awakens Last Jedi figures, you can pass on them. Potentially wait for a better version to come out, potentially. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know anything in the comments below. And as always, may the Force be with you.